Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105. Hello everyone, I'm Simon Preston. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope you all are taking in the World Cup, everything that is taking place during this period of time. I know everyone has been, getting into proceedings and everything. Gingerbread says, "Hola amigo, que paso? Oh, Miji, wagwan." Hope you guys are doing well. And you guys know already, when you hear, it's all about three things: accuracy, reliability, and credibility. That's something that you guys have been fully aware about for the past 6 years or so, roughly that time frame. So I know that you guys are in full trust with that, and that you guys will understand exactly what I have to say. So look, for a long time, for a very, very long time, all of you have watched videos in relation to players, and some of them have gone on to represent Jamaica. We can speak about the likes of the Anthony Grants, we can talk about the Ravel Morrisons, the Daniel Johnsons, all who have eventually become Jamaican internationals. We have spoken about other individuals as well that have been close. So you all know exactly where I'm heading, where this is concerned. Leon Temple says, "Big up, Simon." Big up. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well, and I hope that your family is doing well as well. And I will get to the point of what I'm trying to say. I just want to let you all know that everything that I've made mention about, it's clear, So I think it's important that we do that. All right. So I know you guys have questions and everything, but I want you guys to be aware that when it comes to accuracy, reliability, and credibility, I'm here. Okay? Which side you carry, Simon? Says Amara Mills Entertainment. Well, the point of the situation is this, gentlemen. I was born in Jamaica. I was born to parents that were born on this island. And in addition to that, I was also... So, my great-grandparents from both my mother's side and my father's side were both born on the island. So my father's side, England, my mother's side, India. My mother's side of the family came to this very country and played a significant role in the irrigation of the plantations post 1840. And my father's side of the family played a massive role in agriculture and building in the roads in the eastern parishes. So I support England, and I've been an England fan for a very, very long time. Do I think they're going to win the World Cup? That's another conversation that we can have. But to answer your question, which side do I carry? Then it is England, So let me know your thoughts. Leon Temple says, Wisper is a big baller. I'm going to be quite frank with you. He is. He is a big baller. And there's a reason why where he is right now. And it's because of sheer ability. That's exactly the reason where he is right now. So that's how I feel about things, Now, Wisper is a very good baller. Intelligent, makes great moves. And what I'm going to do is basically let you guys know what's going on. Are the coaching staff aware of Wisper? Should we even be excited about it? So I'm going to do my best to do this. I'm going to do my best to do this and to share with you guys this. And like I said, accuracy, reliability, and credibility, that is exactly what I will bring right here. So what I'm going to do is basically tell you straight up, what are the views? Arnold Goldberg says, silent killer Wisper, big up RBC. I'm sure everybody saw the goal that was scored on Saturday. And the first thing that came out of people's mouth was, wow. That was the first thing that came out of people's mouth when they saw that interview, That's literally what happened. When you saw that, you literally saw what happened. And everything just fell into place, didn't it? So it's great and exciting. Let me take some of the comments that you guys have. I'll move on from there. Simon, Belgium not winning this World Cup and Qatar out. Yes, Qatar is out. I'm fully aware of that. No man is perfect, but this World Cup has certainly made some adjustments. Mohammed said to me, good look. By the way, have you ever tried to be a professional footballer in your life, Simon? So I started my journey as a footballer at Hillel Academy, and I started off as, in prep school, a goalkeeper, in high school, a midfielder, central midfielder. I was a number 10, and I played in the GISA under-19 competition, and I made my debut at 14 in the under-19 competition, the youngest at the time to play in the competition across the entire island. I was 6'4" at the time, could hold up the ball, and like what Fellaini did at Everton, it was a similar sort of role. Fabian Davis came into the fold and decided to move me from that position a bit further. So I went to holding midfield, and then the following season I went to centre half. And ever since then, I've felt a little bit more comfortable at centre half. So have I ever tried to be a professional footballer in my life? Let's just say that I've played with persons who are reggae boys right now, and I've played with persons who are professional football players and doing quite well for themselves. Why don't none of the YouTubers talk about the Mount Pleasant Youth Academy players? To be honest with you, Malik Mills, I think if more information was out there about them, then I think that they would for sure. I think that would certainly be a massive, massive topic of conversation. Belgium and Netherlands top flight should give him a chance. Regarding Wisper, my honest thoughts about the matter is that if he leaves Jamaica tomorrow morning, then it's one of those two countries that he would have to go. I'm not going to tell you that he has to go to England at all. I'm completely straightforward with you. That's how I feel. You know? So, yeah. That's what you guys are saying in the comments here as well. So, Bundesliga for the first league, I'm not necessarily in agreement with that. But yeah, Portugal, he would certainly get the playing time. The Portuguese top flight, he would definitely get a playing time. He could definitely play 20, 25, 30 games in Portugal. Absolutely. Catch the whisper lie. Never tell a lie. As family member of Mount Pleasant Academy and seeing his and all the players' talent, and y'all push him under the rug. Who pushed who under the rug? I find it disgraceful that there's no punishment being given to the person that did what they did towards Boza. I find that extremely distasteful, quite livid about it, you know? So, yeah, you know? I just find that extremely bizarre. Ekarik says, greetings. Greetings, how are you doing? I hope you are doing well, and I hope your family are doing well as well. It's great to see and hear from you. Simon, we can't allow them to do the same thing to Wisper as they did to Bailey. It is extremely unfortunate that he was not part of the under 20s, and I think it was a grave matter. It's unfortunate he was not part of the under 20s, and personally, he has to be part of the next under 20 setup. He has to play with Cuba Mitchell. He has to play with Cameron Eubank. He has to play with Lewis Darlington. He has to play with O'Shea Ellis. That's generally how I feel about George Grant. Well, do you know your Castle team is Mount Pleasant players? I am aware of that, yes. I know York Castle has a good, decent sporting program that is growing in other sports as well. Came second in rugby union island wide. Well, I guess you are then, but just never take up being a professional footballer seriously. Where you think CR7 going to be handing to after World Cup? Personally, I think he's going to go to Chelsea after the World Cup. That's genuinely how I feel about the matter. Football, personally, I feel if I took my fitness more seriously, then yes, I think it could have been made. But I've had the privilege to play in Jamaica and play outside of Jamaica, and I know what the standard is. I know what the standard that is needed. So just to say, that I have rubbed shoulders with a Danny Simpson, that I have rubbed shoulders with Tom Thorpe, that I have rubbed shoulders with Sean Goss, is great for me. Ajax, Sporting, or Genk. If I had to choose one of those three, it would be Sporting. Big the Reggae Boys, yeah. I think him did a play with Boza. Big up the Reggae Boss, Simon. Hope you're doing well. What happened to Bicknell? Heard he's no longer at Phoenix because his family and Scary will have a big fallout. Is it put under the rug? Is it put under the rug? I don't know the answer to that question. But Zander definitely wants to play football, that's for sure. Do I think Bailey will make a move in January? The Chelsea situation, the thing is, he's not number one in that list, but he's certainly a person of interest, but he's not necessarily the top of the priority case. And for Bailey to come to Chelsea, I think a player would have to leave first before that were to happen. Yeah, man, I know you're a Castle man. Thanks for the information on your football background. Impressive. As for Wisper, I agree with you. England would be a burial ground for him. Belgium, Germany, or even France would be ideal. I understand the point you're making, Dwight Tomlin. I really, really do. And while these leagues have proven in recent times that they're great for development, I think it's imperative that the league that is chosen is one where he will get the playing time. I don't want him to go to Genk and he gets 5 minutes a game. I would much, much rather him end up at Vasco da Gama in Portugal or Sporting. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I would much, much rather him be in an environment where he will play. It doesn't matter to me if it's a club that is playing Champions League or Europa League. That is not a matter for me at all. It really, really isn't. So honestly, whether it is Boa Vista, whether it is Vizela, whether it is Martimo, whether it is Rio Ave, whether it is Chavez, whether it is Vitória de Guimarães, whether it is Braga, Porto, Benfica, Casa Pia, Paços de Fria, it doesn't matter to me. For me, it's about the games. It's not about getting. Of course, it would be fantastic, absolutely fantastic, if an opportunity presents itself at a club at a Europa League or Champions League or UEFA Europa Conference League club. It would be amazing. But guess what? Yeah, I would rather the game. I'm sure you're aware. Simon, what's your thoughts on Ashani Walker? It was a big downfall. 2011, 2012, I looked at him as the player that would be part of Jamaica's 2018 campaign, but it didn't happen. Alan Utti, Ashani Walker, Ashton Bennett, Jamil Hardware, Kisanio Hall, Brian Brown, Anthony Walker. The biggest disappointments for me. The biggest. Walker played and Walter was a nice his man compared to overseas. Anything more on Lamar Walker? So it is no secret that Preston has the interest. Is he going to go there? Then that's a completely different conversation. But I'm being completely frank and straightforward with you guys that this is the situation. So yeah. So yeah. If I was aware, I wouldn't have asked Simon. Yeah. I think Corey Burke should leave the MLS as well as Blake. Well, he's going to be at New York for a little while. So possibly till the end of 2024. So yeah. Corey Burke at MLS Bala and no more. Well, he had the experience, remember, over in Austria, and he cited that it was one of the worst decisions of his career. So I don't think Europe is going to be the avenue for him. I think that it's going to be North America, settled environment, East Coast. I have no problem with that at all. So, yeah. So, yeah. So that's the situation. So now about Wisper that you guys have been waiting for. The coaching staff of the national team are aware of Wisper's performances, displays. A blind eye has not been turned to it in recent times. Could he get called up for the game against Mexico in the Nations League next year? Maybe. Maybe. That will be down to Wisper himself to continue doing what he's doing, ensuring that he's fit and healthy. Because I can tell you that the right eyes are looking at him. Any possible friendlies for the Reggae Boys? Well, president of the Jamaica Football Federation, Michael Ricketts, did make the point that he was ironing out a friendly either before the World Cup or after the World Cup, but it might not be a FIFA date. So that is something that we have to bear in mind significantly there. So I would say there's a possibility after the World Cup, but I'm not convinced that it is something that will happen. So we're looking at Nations League come March. Simon, do you think that Wisper should be called up to the senior Reggae Boys by the present coach? Dwight, my honest answer to the question is this. If Wisper continues what he's doing currently right now, then personally, I would call him up to the Nations League game against Mexico, which is in March. This is a must-win game. Jamaica cannot lose this game. A win is imperative for Jamaica to ensure that they head to the semifinals of the Nations League. Now, let me make this clear. Mexico has Suriname to play, yeah? Mexico has Suriname to play. If Mexico beats Suriname, then Jamaica will need to beat Mexico now to ensure that they get to the semifinals. And I've made this point clear. For Jamaica to be taken seriously in CONCACAF, we need to have pedigree. And how do you have pedigree? You need to win trophies. We have 6 Caribbean Cup titles. That is now a dissolved competition. So we need to win trophies if we want to be taken seriously. We need to win trophies if we're going to make ourselves competitive, strong, better, more marketable within CONCACAF. And winning the CONCACAF Nations League goes a far way in doing so. If the Gold Cup title comes along the way, then that is the absolute perfect summer for Jamaica. We need to win trophies. And I certainly think that Wisper can contribute in that matter. Simon, what are your thoughts a little bit on the podcast on YouTube? I think there needs to be accountability. The JFF only arrange games outside the FIFA window appears deliberate. We've had games in FIFA windows before, though. Remember, the FIFA windows that we've had have either been utilized for Nations League games or qualifiers, but we've had friendlies in FIFA windows, for example, the Argentina game. So it wouldn't be necessarily fair to say that we have not done that in particular. What I can say is that we play Mexico the 26th of March next year, but there is a FIFA window, which means that we could play a game the 23rd or the 24th. I don't think it's going to be the 24th because that's 2 days before, but I fully expect us to have a friendly right before the Mexico game. And as you know, the Mexico game is so important for the national team. So I would say look out for that, because that in itself is important, you know? So yeah. We can play a friendly with Curacao. I think that would be a good idea. I would welcome that. Whether it's Curacao, Suriname, Aruba, I'll take that tomorrow morning. I'm seeing changes in the GFF administration, says Echo Reeks. Would you select Wisper above CFAS in Paris? 150% yes. Yes. My answer to that question is yes. So that's how I feel about the matter. So that's something for us to bear in mind, you know? And I'm confident and hopeful that that opportunity will come. So I look forward to see what you guys have to say. So that's the matter. I hope you all and everyone was encouraged by the information that we discussed. So do let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, folks. Thoughts on Jeff administration seeing that there is a new GenSec? I like the ideas. I like the plan. And I think it's positive. Arnold Goldberg says Wisper looks like a generational talent, reminds me of Mason Greenwood. There are certain assets and facets to his game that are encouraging. So what I will say is that it's been good. So yeah. Dwight says, I get the feeling that Wisper's handlers are more eager to get him into a professional setup than to have him transition to play for Jamaica. What's your take? But for me, the first step should be in relation to getting him into a professional setup. For me, national team duty is not the priority right now. For me, it's about get him in a professional setup. When he's settled in that sort of environment, then I'll say absolutely 150%. Then we can consider him for the national team for the encounter against Mexico in the Nations League. Arnold Goldberg generation. Well, that's what we have at this point in time. What's up with the under-17 boys? Well, I don't think Merrin Gordon is doing his work. He's communicating and has made communication with Cameron Eubank and Cuba Mitchell and company. So I don't think there's anything that you guys have to be worried about by any means. All right. So guys, thank you very much. Really, really appreciate you tuning in. I'm grateful for your all support. If you haven't already, hit the like button to this video. Hit the like button to this video right now. Share this video with someone else. Would really, really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. George says, respect for Wisper, getting bigger and bigger. Nitro says, Leon says, schoolboy football is a joke. I think we need to get Wisper and Genk, etc. I think he's ready for Europe. What says you?
This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. refreshing, and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105.